Hello, everyone, and welcome to Express in English. I'm Leo, and I'm calling in from sunny San Francisco, California.
And I'm Chris, joining you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we have a really fun topic for you.
That's right. We're going to compare life in our two cities, San Francisco and Las Vegas. We'll talk about the weather, transportation, cost of living, and what it's really like to live in each place.
Exactly. And we're using simple natural English so you can practice listening and learn everyday expressions. So let's start with the weather, Leo. What's it like in San Francisco?
Well, San Francisco has pretty mild weather all year round. It's never too hot and never too cold. In summer, it's usually around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. But here's something interesting. We have these microclimates. You could be in one neighborhood and it's sunny and warm, then drive 10 minutes and suddenly it's foggy and 10 degrees cooler.
Wow, that's really interesting microclimates. That's something we don't have here in the desert.
But it can be foggy and windy, especially near the ocean. And we don't really have hot summers like most places. The fog actually keeps us cool. People call it nature's air conditioning. Winter is our rainy season. From November to March, we get most of our rain. But even then, it's rarely below 40 degrees. What about Las Vegas, Chris? You must have very different seasons.
Oh, Las Vegas is completely different. We have a desert climate, so it's very hot in summer, sometimes over 110 degrees Fahrenheit. July is the worst. It can be 115 degrees during the day. But you know what's crazy? The humidity is so low that it doesn't feel as bad as you'd think. It's a dry heat.
Wow, that's really hot.
It is, but winters are wonderful. Warm and sunny, around 60 to 65 degrees during the day. Sometimes it gets down to the 30s at night, but that's rare. And we have about 300 sunny days per year. It hardly ever rains. When it does rain, people here don't know how to drive in it.
That sounds amazing. I love sunny weather. Now, let's talk about getting around their cities. In San Francisco, most people don't drive everywhere.
Really? How do you get around?
We have great public transportation. There's a subway system called BART, buses, and the famous cable cars. Many people also walk or bike because the city's pretty small.
Mm, that's so different from Las Vegas. Here, you really need a car. The city is very spread out and public transportation isn't as good.
I see. Is parking expensive there?
Actually, no. Parking is much cheaper than in San Francisco, and there's usually plenty of space. Most places have free parking.
Oh, wow, that's nice. Here in San Francisco, parking can cost $25 a day or more in some areas. Speaking of money, let's talk about the cost of living. San Francisco is unfortunately very expensive. It's one of the most expensive cities in the United States. The main reason is the tech industry. Companies like Google, Facebook, and Apple have brought a lot of high paying jobs, which drives up prices for everything. That makes sense. By the way, I'd love to tell our listeners about some of the different neighborhoods in San Francisco. Each one has such a unique personality.
Yeah, I've heard that. How expensive is housing? Oh, I'd love to hear about that. What are some of the most famous neighborhoods?
A small one-bedroom apartment can cost $3,000 or more per month. Even a studio apartment is usually over $2,500. If you want a two-bedroom, you're looking at $4,000 to $6,000, depending on the neighborhood. Many people have roommates just to afford rent. Some people even live in shared apartments with bunk beds. Well, there's Chinatown, which is one of the largest outside of Asia. It's full of authentic restaurants and shops. Then there's the Mission District, which has amazing Mexican food and beautiful street art murals. The Castro is famous for its LGBTQ plus community and history. And Union Square is the main shopping area with all the big department stores.
That's incredible. In Las Vegas, you can get a nice one-bedroom apartment for maybe $1,200 to $1,500 per month. A two-bedroom is around $1,800 to $2,200. And if you want to buy a house, you can get a three-bedroom house for around $300,000 to $400,000 in good neighborhoods too.
North Beach is like Little Italy with great pasta restaurants and cafes. And then there's Haight Ashbury, famous for the hippie movement in the 1960s. Fisherman's Wharf is touristy but fun, with sea lions and sourdough bread. Each neighborhood feels like a different city. That sounds so affordable. What about food and restaurants?
That sounds so diverse. Las Vegas is quite different. Most people think of the Strip when they think of Vegas. That's where all the big hotels and casinos are. But that's actually not where most locals live. Food is definitely cheaper here than in San Francisco. We have great restaurants, and Las Vegas has no state income tax, so people have more money to spend. We have areas like Summerlin, which is a master planned community with golf courses and shopping centers. Henderson is another popular suburb with families. Downtown Las Vegas has been revitalized recently with art galleries and trendy restaurants. And there's Green Valley, which is known for good schools and safe neighborhoods.
No income tax? That's amazing. California has pretty high taxes, but we do have incredible food diversity in San Francisco. Every type of cuisine you can imagine. It sounds like Las Vegas has more space to spread out. That probably helps with housing costs too, doesn't it? That's a big difference. But I guess salaries are different too, right? What kind of job market do you have in Las Vegas?
That's true. Now, what about safety in your city, Leo? Las Vegas is famous for hospitality and entertainment jobs, hotels, restaurants, casinos, shows. But we also have a growing tech industry, aerospace companies, and manufacturing. The average salary is lower than San Francisco, but when you consider the cost of living, your money goes much further here. Exactly. More space means more affordable housing. Speaking of which, let's talk about money and cost of living. I know San Francisco has a reputation for being expensive.
That makes sense. San Francisco and the Bay Area are really the center of the tech world. We have software engineers making $150,000 to $300,000 per year. But even with those high salaries, many people struggle to afford housing. It's a strange situation. You can make more money here than almost anywhere else, but everything costs so much more. San Francisco is generally safe, but like any big city, you need to be careful. Some neighborhoods are safer than others, and there are issues with homelessness and petty crime in certain areas.
Right, it's all relative. Before we talk about safety, I'm curious about entertainment and nightlife in San Francisco. What do people do for fun? Right, I understand. Las Vegas is pretty safe overall. The main tourist areas like the Strip are very well protected. But again, like any city, you should use common sense.
There's so much to do. We have world class museums like the Museum of Modern Art and the De Young Museum. The music scene is incredible, from jazz clubs in the Fillmore to indie rock venues in the Mission, plus comedy clubs, theater, opera, ballet, and the food scene is amazing. You can find any cuisine you want, from Michelin starred restaurants to food trucks.
Before we talk about what we love most, I want to mention some practical stuff our listeners might be curious about, like grocery shopping and utilities. How much do you spend on things like electricity and groceries in San Francisco?
Exactly. Now, Chris, what do you love most about living in Las Vegas? Great question. Electricity bills are pretty reasonable because we don't need much air conditioning. Maybe $80 to $150 per month, depending on your apartment size. But groceries are expensive. A basic grocery trip might cost $200 to $250 per week for a family. A gallon of milk costs about $5. A dozen eggs might be $6 or $7. Even basic items cost more here. And for outdoor activities, we have Golden Gate Park, which is huge and has gardens, museums, and trails. You can go hiking in the Marin Headlands, bike across the Golden Gate Bridge, or surf at Ocean Beach. Plus, Napa Valley Wine Country is just an hour away. What about Las Vegas nightlife? I imagine it's pretty exciting.
Wow. In Las Vegas, groceries are much more affordable. That same family grocery trip might be $120 to $150. Milk is around $3 per gallon, eggs about $3 to $4 per dozen. But our electricity bills are higher because of air conditioning. In summer, it can be $200 to $350 per month because you're running AC constantly. I love the energy here. There's always something happening. Shows, concerts, events. The city never sleeps. Plus, the weather is great most of the year and everything is so affordable compared to other big cities.
That makes sense with the climate differences. What about making friends and social life? Is it easy to meet people in Las Vegas?
Oh, Las Vegas entertainment is on another level. We have world famous shows, Cirque du Soleil, magic shows like David Copperfield and Penn and Teller, concerts by major artists almost every night. The casinos are open 24 hours, but there's so much more than gambling. We have incredible restaurants by celebrity chefs, rooftop bars with amazing views, and nightclubs that are famous worldwide. It's interesting. Las Vegas has a lot of transplants, people who moved here from other places. So everyone's kind of in the same situation of building new social networks. There are meetup groups, recreational sports leagues, volunteering opportunities. The hospitality industry means people are generally friendly and welcoming. What about San Francisco?
That sounds fantastic. San Francisco can be a bit more challenging socially, to be honest. People are often very busy with work, especially in tech. But there are tons of activities and clubs based on interests: hiking groups, book clubs, tech meetups, art classes. The diversity means you can find communities for almost any interest or background. The key is being proactive about getting involved.
But you know what's great? When you want to escape the city, the outdoor recreation is fantastic. Red Rock Canyon is just 30 minutes away, perfect for hiking and rock climbing. Lake Mead is great for boating and swimming. And like I mentioned, the Grand Canyon is only a few hours' drive. Valley of Fire State Park has these amazing red rock formations that look like they're from another planet. That's good advice. You know, we've talked about a lot of positive things, but every city has challenges too. What would you say are the biggest challenges of living in San Francisco? And it's close to beautiful nature. We're just a few hours from the Grand Canyon and amazing hiking spots. What about you, Leo? What do you love about San Francisco?
Honestly, the biggest challenge is the cost. Even people with good jobs sometimes have to live far outside the city and commute for hours. Traffic is terrible. There are also issues with homelessness that can make some areas uncomfortable, and the housing shortage means people often live in small spaces or with many roommates well into their 30s. What about Las Vegas? That sounds incredible. I can see why people love living there. Now, speaking of going out and exploring the city, let's talk about safety. How safe do you feel in Las Vegas?
For Las Vegas, the summer heat is definitely the biggest challenge. From June to September, you basically run from air conditioning to air conditioning. You can't spend much time outdoors during the day. Also, because so many people move here from other places, it can feel like there's less sense of community history compared to older cities. And the party atmosphere, while fun, isn't for everyone all the time.
I love the culture and diversity here. San Francisco has incredible art, music, and food from all over the world. The neighborhoods all have their own personality, and the natural beauty is amazing. The ocean, the hills, the Golden Gate Bridge. Those are fair points. But despite the challenges, we both choose to live in our cities because there are things we love about them. So let's end on a positive note.
That sounds wonderful. I'd really love to visit San Francisco someday.
You should definitely come. I'd be happy to show you around. And I really want to visit Las Vegas too. I've never been there.
Oh, you have to come. I'll take you to see some shows and we can explore the desert. It would be so much fun.
I'd love that. Well, everyone, I think both of our cities have their own special qualities. San Francisco has mild weather, great public transportation, and amazing culture, but it's expensive.
And Las Vegas has sunshine, affordable living, great entertainment, but you need a car and the summers are very hot. Both cities are unique and special in their own way.
Absolutely. That's all for today's episode of Express in English. Thank you so much for listening and practicing your English with us.
Thanks for joining us. Next week, we'll be talking about hobbies and free time activities. Until then, keep practicing your English.